Welcome to the Elements of Spirit reading for the week of March 13th, 2017. This is the reading for the element of air, which includes sun signs of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Be sure to listen to the ether reading if you haven't already, because the ether reading is sort of like the catch-all for everyone. It describes the space in which the other elements are vibrating. And when you listen to the ether reading, you get a sense of this week, and then you listen to your individual element and get a sense of how to work with, your own strengths and weaknesses, how to stay balanced in the ether, knowing what to rely on, and maybe what to work with or let go of. So, earth reading. Okay. So what's cool about this, you guys, is that okay, sorry. I keep it to myself. The affirmation for you this week. I release the fear of birthing my most precious creation. Okay, or creations. It could be creations. And the image that I saw was of it was actually of a male belly. It looked like a friend's belly of mine, who I know is an earth element, earth sign. And saw this second chakra, which is the center associated with water and childbirth and the emotions, opening up. It was like his belly opened up, and all the water breaking kind of comes out. The flood of emotions come out, and along with like a screaming creation, like a screaming baby creation, and what's cool is that, when we go back to the ether reading, if I choose to articulate the truth in support of sustainable priorities, this says that you earth sign creatures, earth element creatures, are struggling to articulate the truth of your new world model. You can't see the new world. You feel like you're stuck in the old world, stuck in these old ways of being, old modes of being, old behaviors. And what they're saying here is that it's not because you don't see the new world or you don't believe in the new world. It says it's because you've been holding something back from us. It says there's something inside of you. I love this because my guides are like, yes! Earth, signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It says there's something inside of you that you've been being stingy about, that you've been holding on to. And what's really cool about it is that it's not emotional, it's not ideological, it's not just an idea, it's a thing. It's a thing, it's a creation, it's something that you've made, something that you want to make, something that you're holding inside of you. And they're not saying that you have to give birth this week, but they're saying it's time to release the fear of giving birth to it. You have to accept the inevitability of your most precious creations being born, living, and dying. So it's literally like you got to make peace with the fact that you've got something great inside of you, something tangible inside of you, something real inside of you, which could even contribute to the anchoring and establishment of a new world model. Your perspective might, and not even your perspective, your creation, your product, whatever wants to come out of you, could anchor a new world model and add evidence to the idea, the belief, the understanding that we are emerging into a new world, that we are your product, your content, your creation will affirm and support a new world model. And it's saying, like, if you have this sneaking suspicion that you have something very big inside of you, or something very important inside of you, or maybe something that's just a little important inside of you that your family needs, or that your community needs, or that your city needs, or that your nation needs, or that that the whole world needs, or that the whole universe needs, they're saying, you're right. You do have that inside of you. You've got to accept the inevitability of that thing coming out of you, living and dying. Okay? Your will and your soul and your expression is infinite and eternal. Your energy is infinite and eternal. But these products, these creations, these things that we give birth to, live, die, are born, they live, and then they die. And so there's something about this which is like, instead of avoiding the fear or the pain of giving birth and all that entails, focus on the fact that like whatever you create is going to die sooner or later. So why hold it back? Why sit on it? Why not let it out? Why not release it into the world? And they're really saying that, you know, like all fear is a fear of death. So if you're afraid of giving birth to your most precious creation, make peace with the inevitable demise of that most precious creation. People will not like it. Some people will not want to look at it. Some people will not want to touch it. Some people will think it's ugly. And some people will love it. Some people will adore it. Some people feel great about it. And then one day it's going to end, it's going to die, it's going to be forgotten. Maybe next week, maybe next year, maybe 150 years from now, maybe 2,000 years from now. But at some point, all things must come to an end. Everything will die. So, accepting the inevitability of that will allow you to release the fear of giving birth to it, which will basically, like, the product that you are creating and the very fact that you want to create it holds a key, a piece of the puzzle to what does a sustainable cosmology look like? What is a sustainable set of priorities? And they're saying here that you haven't been able to fully articulate it or gain the empowerment that comes from articulating your truth in support of a sustainable worldview or in support of sustainable priorities, because you've been too afraid to let this product out of you, to let this creation out of you. So facing the inevitable demise of your creations allows the fear of giving birth to them to dissipate, so that you can know and accept that what you are here to create and contribute matters and is an anchor to sustainable priorities and a sustainable cosmology. Affirmation: I release the fear of birthing my most precious creations. Thank you for this opportunity. I love you. I'll see you next week.